Hello everyone, my name's Julia Robertson from Galen Therapies, and I am so thrilled because I've managed to get Sindhoor Pangal on a Zoom call. She's such a busy woman. We've got quite a bit of history and it's just such a delight to talk to her. I've done a lot of traveling in my time, and we'll go over where we met and everything in a minute, but every now and then I meet someone with so much passion for the welfare and health of dogs that it is just all consuming, and their energy with regards to that is just incredible. And Sindhoor is one of those people. So can I introduce you, Sindhoor? Sindhoor, where are you at the moment in the world? Where are you in the world?
So hi from Bangalore, India. I am in my room here, and I have my dog right down here, but I can't show you. But I am so excited to be talking to all of you and talking to Julia. It's always fun.
It's always fun. It's always fun. So we actually go back a few years, don't we?
Yeah, 2015. That's when we met.
Yeah.
I think I cannot remember which month it was, but I was doing my IDT with Jurid in Asheville, North Carolina in the US. And you were visiting to conduct one module for us on biomechanics and myotherapy. And that's where we met. And that's where I fell in love with what you do. And I knew, we had to do something together.
Exactly. I seem to remember we had a conversation. I think I was over there for about 4 days, and it was just so wonderful to be working with Jurid, meeting you and meeting lots of other people from all over the world, all congregated in this small little town in North Carolina. It was really quite bizarre, wasn't it? But I remember at the end of my trip there, we looked at each other and we said, we will be working together. And we have.
Yeah, absolutely. To roll down to 2017, you were here with us in India. So
we had a magical time with you. It was great fun. Loved meeting you all, and all your friends and colleagues connected to the dog world over there that we were so honored to meet. All passionate, all loving their dogs. And we just had such a great time. There were 4 of us that came over from Galen, weren't there?
Yeah, 4 of you for 10 days. And what a massive program we had. We had consultations.
We did.
We had a 2-day workshop. We had an hour-long talk for a fairly large audience. And then we did some amazing work with street dogs too. So
yeah, we all worked. I mean, the work that you put in, the preparation of it seemed seamless. But I know there was a lot of work that went in there. But we were up quite early in the morning to go out, and you managed to set up this incredible network or meeting this incredible network of people that feed some of the street dogs over in Bangalore, because of course they had their own domain, these dogs, but of course humans are sort of built and their domain has changed. Is that right?
Yep, absolutely. The way we see it, it's sort of they are the initial inhabitants of the place, and we've sort of moved into their space. And it's really nice. So the thing is, the Indian Constitution protects them, so you can't really move them or kill them. Thank God for that. So, the only other thing to do is then to take care of them, right? Otherwise, you're going to have man-animal conflict, and we can't have that. So it's really interesting to see people who go out of their way to care for them. It could be something as small as just feeding the dog right outside their house, but the people you met were people who were doing way more. They were feeding up to a couple of 100 dogs, even some of them on an everyday basis. And this wasn't even random feeding. They knew each of the 100 dogs by name. They could recognize them. They were taking responsibility for their health, for their nutrition. So they are just amazing people, and I'm so glad you meet them.
Oh, it was such a delight to meet them, and a lot of them were feeding them out of their own personal income too, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
These dogs, they obviously had a great relationship with them, and the reason we wanted to meet with them is that we wanted to meet with these incredible dogs, but also we wanted to look at dogs almost as close to a natural environment as you can get. I mean, obviously take away the cars and things, working in their own little family packs, and how they interact and how they work together and how they occupy themselves through the day. And that was all fascinating. How actually they don't walk very far. Half a kilometre is probably the furthest they may walk in a day. And all those things, which are so great. But also we were doing part of our study, which is actually comparing critical measurements of their body to try and get good ratios to look at loading issues. So of course, having an opportunity to measure such a great sort of database of dogs was a wonderful opportunity for us, and we thank you for arranging that. It's still something that we're progressing. So it just had so many different add-ons for us as far as meeting these dogs, meeting the people, and getting to know about how different lives happen and that we're not at all aware of over here.
Yeah, I think I must bring up the story because it amused me so much. I don't think you guys knew what to expect in terms of their behavior, and you were a bit nervous when you were to meet them the first time. So I remember you brought this tape with you and asked me, this tape makes a little clicking sound. Will this scare them away? Because are they going to be skittish? Are they going to run away if I make the sound? And I remember you coming back. I don't remember if it was your group or the other group coming back, and I asked them, so how did it go? Were they nervous about the tape? And they were like, no, they took the tape and they ran away and they were playing with it. They were so friendly and playful, and
up with paw prints all over us rather than them running away. No, it was a really, really wonderful experience. It really was. We loved it. So we did that early in the morning to catch the feeding in the morning, and we managed to do some measurements. So that was great fun. But yeah, we had the most fantastic visit to you or with you all. I met, as I said, some really inspirational people and dogs too. So so moving on from there, we keep reconnecting and reconnecting, and the next big reconnection really was just a few weeks ago, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. Of course, I must say that we're going to try and repeat that pretty soon. So we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yes, we are. We are.
So that's really exciting. But I think it wasn't under pleasant circumstances that we reconnected more recently, because my dog, senior dog Nishi, who's had patellar subluxation and arthritis and hip dysplasia and spondylitis and name it, and she has it. She tore her ACL, the ligament in her hind leg, rather recently, and she just stopped walking altogether. She couldn't stand up on her own. We had a little sling around her belly, and we would hold her up to help her go pee and poop, and that was about it. And she would just lie down all day, looking miserable. And remember, I was telling you this. We even started wondering, is this quality of life really worth it? Is this the end of the road for us? So it was desperate times, really. And I'm really glad that I got in touch with you to help me figure out what to do with her. And I'm happy to report that she's not only walking, she's being naughty. She is able to put her legs up on a surface and stand on her hind feet. So we've done some pretty wonderful work with her.
Fantastic. And really, I mean, it's just it's so wonderful to be able to work like this. But that it sort of reflects our distance support program that we have, isn't it? And I mean, you were really being a client on a distance support program. So you were sending videos and photos, and I was sending you videos of how to work on her and potentially some exercises to do and what to look out for. So I'm really guiding you how to treat your own dog. So yes, together we've done it, which I'm so thrilled. But also what really, really thrills me with the distance support program is the fact that you've now got the skills to really be able to treat your own dog.
Yeah. And I think the other thing that kind of stands out for me about this experience is that we had limitations through this process. You know, I didn't have access to pretty much, you know, I didn't have access to everything that one might have had access to if it were not for this whole COVID nightmare. And in India, we have limited access to certain things, be it orthotics, be it surgical procedures, you know, there are limitations. So what I did have access to, however, was to be able to work in the water with her, and she's a water baby, she loves water. So what I've really enjoyed about this experience is that you were able to guide me based on what I had access to. So it wasn't you know, a prescriptive thing that was given, but it was something that we went back and forth with. I do remember when I started working in the water with her, asking you, what should I do? And you said, I don't know, just send me what she's doing in the water and let's take it from there. And we were able to tailor it. And it worked so beautifully despite having done it on a, you know, it's called a distance support, but really it was a private consultation that we were sort of engaging with.
Yeah. And just proof in Nishi, and I know that we've got some before and after, or you've definitely got some before and after videos that are great to see. But to see her face change was just so lovely. And I know you sent me several pictures of her face. Look at her face. And of course that tells everything, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Is just her resuming some things as simple as her going on to her favorite beanbag. It's not something that she was able to do. She could not climb on top of it. Her asking for a car ride, her going ahead and demanding that she be fed some extra treats. You know, you need to be in a good place of mind. And so your body has to not be in excruciating pain if you have to do those things. And like Turid always says, a happy dog is a naughty dog is a happy dog. And so when I started seeing the naughty side of her, I knew we were on the right track.
Exactly. But also you've made some environmental adjustments to your home, as we all have to, because they're something that's impacting from the home environment, the exercise environment, whatever. So it's a full package, isn't it?
Yeah. You can see the carpets that
the trail.
This one's a shorter one, but out there we have longer trails. So yes, lifestyle adjustments, we've had to do that. We've had to bring down the weight a little bit. We've been, of course, hands-on myotherapy, that we've been doing hands-on massages, medication too. We've done that too. Yeah. Then augmented it with other things like a red light, photonic light, that, you know, that again, something that you were able to guide me a little bit on, to address the compensatory issues, because like you always say, you know, dogs walk on their neck, and when the hind is not working, the front is doing all the work, and that's really where the discomfort is coming from at the end of the day. And that was something that I really took time to wrap my head around, to say her quality of life, her sense of joy, that's being sapped here. That's not happening down there. It's actually up here. So that's really what I need to work on. And then the exercises with the neck, where she started picking her head up, like I mentioned to you, like a cobra. She picked her head up.
It's called the cobra. It's called the cobra maneuver now.
Yes, and we have a theme song for it too. So if you go search on YouTube for Cobra, you will find a song. It's ridiculous.
I will have a look. Brilliant. So really it was a whole package of hands-on exercises. And when we say exercise, we're not using any kit particularly. It's just simple mobilization and functional movement exercises. And and also, of course, a bit of environmental and adaptation in water, which is lovely. And we need that whole approach. I mean, to have the myotherapy, you have got to have the exercises and the manipulation, that you encourage the dog to do in a natural way. So I'm just, but on the other hand, you work very hard at this. You put the time and the effort in for Nishi, and that too is an amazing thing to do.
Oh yeah, given what she's given to us, without thinking, without batting an eyelid, I would do more. Absolutely.
I know.
But I think that was the key, is understanding that it needs to be a multimodal approach. It can't be just one thing. One thing's not going to fix it. So
exactly. So Sindhoor, we've talked a little bit about BHARCS. Can you explain a bit more about this amazing organization that you've started?
Right. So I'm the principal and director of BHARCS. BHARCS is a school where we offer different education programs on canine behavior and ethology, because ethological studies of dogs have to be done where there is access to free-range, free dogs with free will, and we have access to that. So we offer both basic foundation courses for pet parents that are short courses, as well as a 500-hour-long diploma, which is accredited as a level 4 diploma in the UK by the same time you guys, laser learning. And all of it is distance learning, and so we are COVID enabled. Everything is distance learning. That's what BHARCS does.
Fantastic! It's such a good organisation. Well, Sindhoor, I know that we could talk for a lot longer, and we may well have a follow-up soon. But before we go, before I let you go, can I just say what an amazing sari you're wearing? That is, I think, to say it's unique would be fair.
Yes, it's a gift from my students. It has doggy prints on it, and it's an eco-friendly sari. So it's very special to me.
It really, well, it looks spectacular. Sindhoor, I cannot thank you enough for your time, your energy, and everything else you bring to helping dogs where you are and globally.
Yeah, of course, I feel the same way about you, Julia, especially the kind of work that you do. It's not something I've seen anybody do something like that. Choice-led treatments with dogs. So it's the way I see it, you have a gift, and my job is to make sure that the rest of the world gets access to that gift. At least my part of the world gets access to that gift. So, so very excited to have you in India soon.
Well, thank you. And thank you again. And look forward to speaking soon.
Sure. Look forward to talking to you soon.